Hi, I'm Mia, and I should not be doing my makeup right now. But yeah, it is 5:38 p.m. I still have to eat, I still have to shower, and I have to do this before 9 o'clock because I have hacks. Because I'm caught up so I can watch it as it airs. I mean, that's still 3 hours. However, I procrastinated all day. I watched too much Malcolm in the Middle, and then the dog slept on me, and I just got dilly-dallied. But since Mother's Day is on Sunday, I'm not going to be able to have time to film, obviously. So, say lovey. That's life. But let's get into it. But I'm going to go in with the Beauty Bay Bright Matte 42 color palette. And, wait for it, I'm going to go in with the shade Bare Necessity. Yeah. Me using neutrals and a colorful palette. It's easier than busting out 2 different palettes for this. But yeah, I had the day off. It's also... Oh no, Sunday isn't Mother's Day. I'm a week ahead of time. A week ahead of schedule. But no, today is Tuesday, April 30th, but I'm working on Sunday anyway, so I don't have time to film. So, say lovey. For some reason, I think Mother's Day is a week earlier than it actually is. And I've thought that way for the past 2 weeks. I don't know if it's because I'm working on Sundays, so my time is just off. Also, why is this barely showing up on me? Like, I'm not this light, this dark, and these colors usually show up pretty well. So we're just gonna go a little ham on this. But yeah, had the day off, but that's because I'm working on Sunday now. It's really funny because the new manager was supposed to be in yesterday. Cause like, I texted him about something entirely different, and he called me. I'm like, just send me a text back. Please do not call me at 10:30 in the morning, even if I'm in the store. And I'm gonna go in with some of the shade Preppy Pecan. There we go. But he's like, oh, I'm gonna be in around 5:30. That way I can meet you and then the other shift lady that comes in after you. I'm like, okay. He didn't show up. And I'm assuming he didn't show up after because I never got a text from the kid who was here after me. So, get to see him tomorrow. We still don't have a schedule. Which, I'm not that surprised because we didn't have a schedule with my regular manager either, so... Surprise, fucking surprise. And now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Bare Necessity and some of Preppy Pecan and just kind of use that to blend out. Like, I don't have a good feeling about him. And it's because every time we've had a guy manager, whether it's in training or what, he's never lasted longer than like 2-3 months, so I have no faith. And he apparently used to work at Starbucks. I don't know if it was as a manager. I don't know when he left. I don't know why he left. I don't know if it's because he went, hey, you guys are being way too weird and strict about these new policies, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if it's... I don't know. Don't know if he was fired because he was being inappropriate with workers. I don't know, and I won't know. I mean, I'll try to get some information, obviously, but I'm like, what do I know? And then I'm going to take some of the shade White Lies mixed with some of Living for Lavender. I wish there was a slightly brighter purple in this palette. And I'm going to start to pack and press. I'm not cutting my crease because I really don't care. I mean, I do, but like, efficiencies, you know? But yeah, like I said, I just watched way too much Malcolm in the Middle today with the dog, who has lost 4 teeth since Monday. She has lost a tooth every single day. She lost one in puppy class. She lost one at some point during the day on Tuesday. She was chewing something on my blanket last night, and when I picked it up, 'twas a tooth. And then she was chewing my hand this morning, and a tooth fell out. So, and then same thing, I'm just taking a little more of White Lies than Living for Lavender, and I'm gonna use that as like a little gradient, and that is not enough Living for Lavender. I need a little more. Like, very soft. Baby gradient, if you will. But she has lost a lot of teeth. Her mouth is very bloody. She got an envelope because something came in the mail for me. I had it on the couch with me, she got at it for 2 seconds. I went, don't do that, and it was already tinged pink, and I'm like, you're disgusting. I'm like, I know that you're not doing this on purpose. Then same process, I'm just gonna put it up on my brow. I'm like, I know, obviously this isn't on purpose. You're not like leaving blood everywhere because you think it's funny, but it's still gross. And like, obviously I know that dogs lose their teeth as puppies. I'm not stupid. I know it doesn't take as long as humans do. But you know, she's lost like 6 teeth in a week and a half. I'm like, I feel like that's a little obscene, not gonna lie. But what do I know? I'm not a vet. Also, I know that you may be going, oh my god, you do this color scheme a lot. I know, and I need something very quick to do, because I should be doing this anyways. I'm actually gonna go in with a mixture of White Lies and some of Purple Power. Just a little. Try to get it a little more evenly stressed, just so I can have a little bit of, ooh no. Just want to give it a little something something, you know, a little more vibrancy. But I don't think I'm getting that, because I don't deserve that. I did a few layering things with the same shades just so I could get it fixed. This is from NYX. This is the glitter primer. I'm gonna take some, tap it onto the back of my hand, tap some over here. I'm gonna hope for a light scatter. Hope. To be honest, might not even come back. Might not even finish this look. Because I was like, this is a really stupid idea, especially because my lashes are always the longest part, blah 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 blah. And then all of these shades are from Terra Moon's Cosmetics. This is the shade Celestial Petal. I might get a bunch of new Terra Moon's shadows because a lot of mine are dead. Very expired, very dried out. And so like I've been looking at it and they're like, oh, we have a buy one get one coupon. I'm like, okay, and it's only applied to like a partial amount of the shadows, and they don't pull up a list of all the shadows that it applies to, so I'm like, this is not helpful. And then back into the Beauty Bay palette, I'm going to take a mix of Preppy Pecan with some of Illicit, which is just black, and then I'm going to use that to do a little, oh no, that is too much of Illicit. Ooh. Something's also going on with the growth of my lashes, and it just doesn't feel right on my lids. And I know that's very odd, but like, I know what I mean, and that's all that matters, because they're my eyelids. Wild concept, I know, but... And then with whatever's left on this brush, I'm gonna blend this out, hopefully up a little too. Well, this is definitely not what I thought I was going for, but if I finish this, I don't have time. I do not have the time to afford to not. And then this is from NYX Professional Makeup. This is the Epic Wear eyeliner stick in the shade Periwinkle Pop. I do like doing just a little in the waterline when I do a color like this on the eyes now. Like when I did Fembot. And this, I'm like, this is just so beautiful and perfect. And like, it doesn't give a lot of color, but there's just a little, there's a little something something in certain lights. And realistically, it's my makeup. Who's going to stop me? Besides me, because I might. Like, it's 5:50 right now. So, who's to frickin' say? Alright, so I need to go fix my lashes. I need to go find some lashes, and hopefully I'll be back. Possibly. Who's to say? I don't know. Alright, hello, I'm back with lashes. I ended up coming back mostly because I have one of my videos currently uploaded to YouTube on my phone, so that way I stop myself from using my phone and dilly-dallying. So, we persist. And it's already uploaded. first I'm going to go in with the Bubble Cosmic Silk Hydrating Milky Toner. Just a little bit of this because my skin has been very dry lately. So I'd rather do something deeply hydrating as well as my usual primer stuff. So hopefully this will help. But yeah, so I tried to take Bridget out on a walk the other day. It might have been Tuesday. Tuesday sounds right, because I didn't do it today because it was gross and rainy and she was too busy sleeping and losing teeth. I know those contradict each other, but still. And then this is from Glow Recipe. These are the Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. Surprise, surprise. But no, we went out Tuesday. She re-met our favorite neighbor dog. It went a little better because Pepper wasn't yelling at her and whatnot. She didn't also see one of the neighbor dogs down the street. Also went a little better, even though, because there's two dogs that live there together. One of them barks just all the time, no matter what. So she met the puppy, the year-old husky Samoyed, something cold weather and fluffy. I'm not 100% sure. And not the yelling corky. So sweet because, you know, Bridget was a little, like, you know, we saw Pepper, we said hello, she didn't bark, so they, like, actually got to sniff each other. And Bridget was off trying to sniff something else, and Pepper was just, like, crying because Bridget wouldn't go back to her. I'm like, you are so sweet. And again, Pepper's the sweetest dog ever. She's my favorite. I get so worried every time I dog sit her, though, because she's old. How old was I in 12? So she's gonna be 12 years old this year. 11 or 12. No, because I was 12. No, yeah, no. I was 12 in 11th and 7th grade. She was a puppy. So yeah. But like, I get worried every time. They're like, oh my god, hey, do you want a dog sitter while we're in, you know, Bermuda or Hawaii for a week? And I'm like, I don't know. Every summer without fail, I am so worried about it. And then this is from m.ph by Phillips. This is Liskin Weightless Serum Foundation in Fair 30N. I've been using this the past few times I've done my makeup, actually. But I'm really liking how it's looking, and I want to try it with different base combinations, obviously. So I need to get a new set of sponges because those are just a little too gross. But Bridget has a really bad habit of running up other people's stairs and trying to go into their house. Like, it happened 2 or 3 times. She also tried to run out into the street just for shits and giggles. Thankfully, we don't live on a very busy street. Like, there's nobody ever, really, so, like, thank God. And she didn't get that far anyways, because the leash wasn't that... It was loose enough that she could walk around me, but, like, she couldn't get very far. So she tried to, you know, jolt, and she didn't get anywhere. She just, like, yanked herself in the process. I'm like, girl. I'm like, I hate to break it to you, going outside is not that bad as you make it seem. Again, she's a baby. I know I can't be mad at her. She's just like, oh my god, hey, this is a lot and weird and blah, blah, blah. Again, when she's outside, she likes the things that are outside. She just doesn't like the fact that it's outside. She likes enclosed outdoor spaces. Like, she loves being on the deck. Like, she loves it. She will gladly, like, follow anybody who's going out there, obviously. Like, she doesn't need to be persuaded or, you know, be like, oh my god, hey! Doesn't need to be bribed about it, but it's the actual outside on a leash and with a collar. Blah, 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 blah. So, she's just tiny and evil. She barrels herself like a rocket when we're playing fetch, because she's decided that whenever we play fetch, she needs to jump onto the couch next to me, or onto me and then next to me, and I'm like, we don't need to do this. I'm like, you can stay on the ground, I will throw your toy back and forth. And then this is from Natasha Denona. This is the Hy-Glam Serum Concealer in N0.5. Do a little more there actually, because I did make sure to shave in between my brows because they got a little too close. Ironically enough, a picture from like early high school did show up. And I used to have a very slight unibrow. Not as bad as my brother currently does. Oh, he didn't let me he usually lets me shave him for things like this. He also got home at like 9 o'clock and had to leave the house at 3 a.m. this morning for his JROTC competition. So that's on him. But he usually lets me shave his unibrow for like the JROTC things or like school events, things like that. They're special occasions for me. And he forgot to let me. So now he's in Florida with what looks to be eagle wings above his eyes. I mean, again, I can't bully him that bad because I had again, mine was very slight. Like, it started to reach a little there, but like his is like full on. I'm like, dude. Like, even if it's like once a month, you need to let me do something about it. Again, I'm nice. I don't pluck it. Like, I've plucked mine enough that it doesn't really meet in the middle anymore. I just give it a light shave every once in a while and pluck the ones directly in the middle. But I just shave his with an eyebrow razor because there's too much to pluck. But he forgot to let me do it. Fat bastard. We've also barely seen each other because we've both been very busy, so. And then this is from Morphe Brushes. This is the Shapelifter Micro Contour Stick in Enhanced. I know. I was thinking of doing a full face of products I've been loving lately. Because this is definitely one of them. It's just, I reach for it so easily because it's just like the perfect color. And it's like the perfect shape and size. And it's just, she's beautiful and stunning. But no, at the time of this being filmed, the Tony nominations come out next week. I do have the day off for the Tonys. It just happened to be that way. I was submitting a bunch of random, like, days off. Be like, oh my god, I need to make sure I actually have, you know, every couple of Sundays off. I actually have most Sundays in June off, now that I think about it. Because the new manager has been going through all of the time off requests and just approving them all. I'm like, oh my god, slay. But Tonys are this June 7th, which is really funny because Boston Pride is June 6th. And I'm like, well, the Tonys are a very gay event. Okay, I'm not peeling on my forehead with this foundation, which means it was the Ectoin, the Niacinamide serum that was being the issue under makeup. Okay. Nice. Or it could have also been the fact that my skin's been very dry lately. Back to my needing an extra hydrating product. Okay. And then this is from Huda Beauty. This is the Blush Filter Liquid Blush in Bay Fever. This is one of the new shade extensions. I'm gonna do some right here. I'm gonna do one cheek at a time, just because this is a little much. But no, the Tony nominations come out sometime early next week. I'm assuming Sunday or Monday. Again, at the time of this being filmed. By the time this is posted, they've been well announced. But I know that Nathan Lane and Laurie Metcalf are going to be nominated, because if you do a Death of a Salesman revival, first of all, you're gunning for a Tony. Second of all, if you cast Nathan Lane or Laurie Metcalf in anything, you're gunning for a Tony. It's just kind of the rules. Like, that's just... And like I said to my friend, like, again, it was very good. I have no idea anything about the source material. Like, that is the most Tony Babe production I've seen in my life. I don't think it will be nominated for Best Play, but I'm hoping for a John Bernthal nomination, because he was very, very good. And they tend to like debuts. Gets a Tony nomination for his Broadway debut. Like, that's what the fans want to hear, you know? So, like, I can see that. Maybe Ebon, I don't know, because he doesn't... Like, the whole point of the character is that he doesn't have a lot of lines. So it's just one of those things that... I don't know. Like I said, I don't think the play is going to be nominated for anything. Maybe adapted screenplay if they do that. Like, I don't know 100% what the Tony categories are, so... But, like, if they do, like, an adapted, you know... Because nothing's original anymore. Jesus Christ, I applied way too much. But just because it was so different from the movie for very certain parts, and the very certain parts are very important parts. So it's just one of those things, like they cut out the majority of the crowd scenes, and like the crowd scenes are kind of what get you on their side. So that's the only issue I have with it. Again, everything else is very well acted. I love that it was a move-in set, like, you know, instead of just, you know, a stagnant curtain drops, projections, yada yada. And then this is from Colourpop Cosmetics. This is the Super Shock Cheek in Seismic. You're right, I know. I am hoping for Cat's the Jellicle Ball sweep though. And you know, I went into it knowing nothing about cats besides the fact that it's about tiny singing cat humanoid things. But it is so good. And I know people are gonna go, oh my god, what about Ragtime for Best Revival? What about Rocky Horror? And I saw a high school production of Ragtime, I think it was. And I'm gonna be honest, coming from a sets and costume standpoint, it was the same exact show. Like, it's like, and Cats is doing something entirely different from, you know, the original runs of Cats. And don't get me started on Rocky Horror, because I have so many thoughts, all of them negative. And they're also doing nothing new, besides making everyone look awful. So. And then this is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the lip liner in Deep Taupe. But no, like, everything I've seen about Rocky Horror, and you know, I've seen them do, like the shadow cast of the movie at the Boston Common AMC. I've seen the movie a million times. And again, I've never seen like an actual stage production of it. But everything that I'm seeing from the Broadway run looks so bad. I think it's Amber Gray that's Riff Raff, which, whatever, fine. But mostly everything that I see about, I'm not the biggest fan of Eddie and Dr. Scott's casting. Like, I love Harvey, I just don't see it. The kid that's playing Rocky, I don't see it. And then there's Luke Evans, and I really can't see that in my head at all. And I'm just gonna blend this out a little. Like, Stephanie Shu and, was it Andrew Durand? I don't see, I guess, because they're just supposed to be like an, oh my god, innocent all-American couple, yada yada, so that's whatever. They're very fine. Again, I don't know to Stephanie Shu's singing abilities. I know that Andrew Durand is on Broadway and has been in musicals before, so that's fine, because I think Stephanie's also making her debut. But it's mostly, don't even get me started on Rachel Dratch or the lady that's playing. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if Michaela Jane? MJ Rodriguez. I don't know if she's playing Columbia or Magenta. I think, and like, I know the whole point of the movie is that nobody, you know, nobody's exactly that great at singing. So that doesn't exactly translate well on Broadway. So like, if I hear bad Broadway singing, I'm a little more disappointed, but if I turn on the movie, I'm expecting that, you know? And then I am mixing two lip glosses together. This is from CoverGirl. This is the Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss in You're Just Jelly. But again, like I said, I'm hoping for a cat sweep. And again, this is coming from someone who didn't know, who's not a die-hard Cats fan to begin with. It was just so fun and like legitimately fresh, because you know that's not. Then this is from Half Magic. This is the Magic Drip Glitter Lip Gloss in VHS Vixen. It's just one of those things that's entirely different from any production that I've seen be done before for Cats, and it's just fun and energetic and engaging, and everyone is so good. And then I'm just gonna mix these. Obviously, that's why I said mixture. It's just one of those things. I'm like, everything about this is so perfect, and I'm just gonna, yeah. yeah. So, I have not seen everything, obviously, but I am more versed this year around than years previously. And I know a lot of shows have opened recently because, again, it works same way for the Oscars and stuff, of recency bias. Because I know that the opening days have to be by the end of April, I think. So that's why there's so many limited time runs opening in late April, so they can get nominated and then don't have to wait for the next year when everyone forgets about them and be like, oh my god, they're actually qualifying for this year. Alright, but I need to go fix my bangs, but I should be back in a second. Alright, but this is the finished look. Please ignore my bangs. They're clipped and I haven't washed them in a few days, and they're under a bandana yesterday, so things are just shaped a little weird. But like, once I do this, I'm fine. They're just a little high for some reason. But this is the finished look. Again, something kind of quick, kind of easy, just so I could have something. I love these tones of purple so much, obviously, and on the eyes they look fantastic. Again, on the lids, like this shade of purple with Celestial Petal specifically is always so nice, and I do love this blush and lip matchy moment. And like I said, I didn't notice the weird pilling on my forehead like I did last time with my foundation. So again, I don't know if it was the Niacinamide problem. I don't know if it was just my skin being weird the past few days. But now I know. Now she's looking fresh. Now she's looking very, very nice. Very, very good. But yeah.